It's been nearly 70 years since the Honeymooners first lit up black and white television screens, bringing laughter and unforgettable moments to millions of households. This beloved sitcom became a cornerstone of classic American comedy, and its characters, Ralph, Alice, Ed, and Trixie, still hold a special place in fans' hearts. But what happened to the stars who brought these iconic roles to life? How did their lives and careers unfold after the show ended? In this video, we take a nostalgic journey back in time and reveal where the cast is now in 2025. Get ready for rare photos, fascinating facts, and emotional updates that will surprise even the most devoted fans. Jackie Gleason, who portrayed Ralph Cramden in The Honeymooners, was 39 years old during the show's run in 1955. Known for his larger-than-life presence and explosive temper, Ralph was a bus driver with big dreams and a tendency to exaggerate. Gleason's portrayal of the working-class man struggling to achieve success resonated deeply with audiences. However, Gleason's personal life was less stable. He was married twice, first to Genevieve Halford, with whom he had one daughter, and later to Marilyn Taylor. His second marriage was marred by affairs and constant tension, leading to a bitter divorce. Despite his fame, Gleason faced financial troubles due to his extravagant lifestyle and poor management of his wealth. His addiction to alcohol and gambling further complicated his life, leading to strained relationships with family and friends. In his later years, he found some peace, though his health deteriorated. He passed away on June 24, 1987, at the age of 71, from cancer and cardiovascular disease. His estate was estimated to be worth around $2 million, though much of it went toward medical bills and unpaid taxes. Gleason was remembered for his comedic genius but also his troubled personal life. Art Carney, who portrayed Ed Norton, Ralph's quirky and loyal best friend, was 37 years old during The Honeymooners in 1955. Carney's portrayal of the bumbling but endearing sewer worker was beloved by fans and showcased his exceptional comedic timing and charm. Carney's personal life was marked by significant hardships. He was married twice, first to Jean Carney, with whom he had one son. Their marriage ended in a painful divorce, and Carney struggled to find stability in his second marriage to actress Jean Myers. Their relationship was tumultuous and eventually ended as well. Carney's career flourished after The Honeymooners, but he battled addiction, particularly alcohol, which led to periods of financial instability. Despite his success, his personal life remained tumultuous. He passed away on November 9, 2003, at the age of 85, from natural causes. Carney's estate was estimated to be worth around $3 million, with much of it left to his family. His contributions to the entertainment industry were widely celebrated, and he is remembered fondly for his dedication to his craft. Audrey Meadows, who played Alice Cramden, Ralph's sharp-witted wife, was 33 years old during the series. Alice was the calm and logical counterpart to Ralph's wild dreams, often having to rein him in. Meadows brought a sharp, dry wit to the role, creating a beloved character. However, her personal life was far from as smooth as her on-screen character. She was married twice, first to a man named S.L. Spinks, but their marriage ended in divorce after several years. Meadows' second marriage to actor and writer Robert F. Six was rocky as well, filled with public disputes and private tensions. She also suffered from health issues that affected her work and personal life. After the show's cancellation, Meadows faced difficulty finding roles that matched her success on The Honeymooners. She spent her later years focusing on personal matters, and her financial situation remained modest. Meadows passed away on February 3, 1996, at the age of 73, from lung cancer. She left behind an estate worth approximately $1.5 million, with the bulk of it going to her family. Despite the challenges she faced, Meadows remained a respected figure in television history. Joyce Randolph, who portrayed Trixie Norton, Ed's sweet and supportive wife, was 31 years old during The Honeymooners' run in 1955. Trixie was the voice of reason and was often seen as the more level-headed half of her marriage. Although her role was secondary, Randolph's chemistry with Art Carney was undeniable, and she became a fan favorite. Randolph's personal life, unlike her characters, was marred by struggles with loneliness and professional setbacks. She was married to a man named William Foxton, and they had 2 children together. However, the marriage struggled under the pressure of Randolph's career and the demands of family life. The couple eventually divorced, and she raised her children as a single mother, which proved difficult financially. Despite her success on The Honeymooners, she faced a challenging post-series career and faded into relative obscurity. She has continued to live quietly, now at 99, and is the last surviving cast member from the series. She remains financially comfortable, though she declined to disclose her wealth. Randolph's estate is estimated at $1 million, with much of her wealth built from residuals and personal savings. Jack Lescali, who appeared as the announcer on The Honeymooners, was 44 years old in 1955. His role, while minor, was integral to the show's dynamic. Lescali had a long and successful career in television, working as a radio and TV announcer before taking on his role in The Honeymooners. Outside of his professional achievements, Lescali's personal life was far less successful. He was married twice, but both of his marriages ended in divorce, causing him to face significant emotional turmoil. He struggled with his self-worth and became disillusioned with the entertainment industry after the series ended. His later years were spent away from the spotlight, living quietly in relative obscurity. Lescali's wealth was modest, and he faced financial hardships after his career stalled. He passed away on July 22, 1987, at the age of 76. His estate was small, estimated at $500,000, much of which went toward settling debts. Peter Laser, who played Harvey Wallstetter Jr. in The Honeymooners in 1956, was just 12 years old at the time of his appearance. Despite his early start in the entertainment industry, his role in The Honeymooners was one of his few screen credits, and he did not continue acting for long. Laser's appearance as the young Wallstetter Jr. was a brief but memorable part of the show, and he seemed to be a promising child actor. However, after his time on The Honeymooners, Laser stepped away from the limelight. His personal life remained private, and there is limited information about his subsequent career or relationships. Laser married later in life, but details about his marriage and family are scarce. He struggled financially in his later years, and reports suggest he lived a quiet, somewhat reclusive life. Peter Laser passed away on November 14, 2008, at the age of 64, from natural causes. His estate was modest, with an estimated value of around $100,000 at the time of his death. Despite his brief acting career, Laser is remembered by those who knew him for his early role in one of television's most iconic sitcoms. Eddie Kane, who portrayed Mr. Monahan and Mr. Peck in The Honeymooners, was 66 years old in 1956. His roles were brief but memorable, often playing the foil to the main characters. Kane's career in Hollywood spanned decades, but he never achieved the level of fame that others in the cast did. In his personal life, Kane faced a series of struggles. He was married twice, first to actress Dorothy Adams, and later to a woman named Jean. Both marriages ended in divorce, and Kane had a strained relationship with his children, who were often left feeling neglected due to his career commitments. Despite his success in supporting roles, Kane faced financial troubles later in life due to a series of bad investments. He lived in relative obscurity after his retirement from acting and struggled with health issues. Kane passed away on April 30, 1969, at the age of 79, from a stroke. His estate was modest, estimated to be worth around $150,000, which was primarily consumed by medical bills and end-of-life care. Charles Eggleston, who portrayed August Gunther and an old counterfeiter in The Honeymooners, was 50 years old during the show's run in 1955. Eggleston's roles were minor, but his characterizations were memorable, showing his talent for bringing depth to even the smallest parts. However, his life was less glamorous. Eggleston had a difficult personal life, marked by several failed marriages and a long battle with alcoholism. His first marriage ended in divorce, and he married twice more, but both unions were short-lived. Eggleston's financial situation fluctuated over the years, and he found himself struggling to maintain a steady income after the Honeymooners ended. Despite a respectable career in theater and television, his personal demons held him back. In his later years, Eggleston became reclusive, and his health began to fail. He passed away on July 15, 1990, at the age of 85, from complications related to heart disease. His estate was modest, valued at approximately $100,000 at the time of his death. Carl Frank, who played Frederick Carson in The Honeymooners, was 47 years old during the show's run in 1956. Frank's role, though brief, was one of the more memorable guest appearances on the show, and he brought an air of sophistication to his character. However, his personal life was marred by tragedy. Frank was married once to a woman named Gloria, and they had one child, a son named Michael. The marriage was strained from the start, with Frank's career taking priority over his family life. The couple eventually divorced, and Frank's relationship with his son became distant. His financial situation became unstable after the show's cancellation, and he found it difficult to maintain his standard of living. Just as things seemed to be improving for Frank, tragedy struck. He passed away suddenly on September 23, 1955, at the age of 46, shortly before the episode in which he appeared aired. His estate was small, with an estimated value of $50,000, most of which went to his ex-wife. George Petrie, who appeared in multiple roles including Fred in The Honeymooners, was 38 years old during the show's run in 1955. Petrie was a versatile actor, known for his ability to portray a range of characters, though his work on The Honeymooners was one of his most notable TV appearances. His personal life, however, was filled with both triumph and heartbreak. He was married twice, first to actress Doris Petrie, and then to a woman named Ruth. Despite his success as an actor, his marriages were marked by infidelity and emotional distance. He had 2 children, a daughter named Linda and a son named George Jr., but both relationships were strained due to his demanding career. Petrie's financial situation was often precarious, and he faced challenges finding steady work after The Honeymooners. His health deteriorated in his later years, and he became more reclusive. He passed away on November 16, 1997, at the age of 80, from complications related to old age. His estate was estimated to be around $400,000, which he left to his children. Frank Marth, who portrayed various characters including Barney Dibble in The Honeymooners, was 35 years old in 1955. Marth's work on the show was diverse, and he often appeared in smaller roles that showcased his ability to bring character depth even in limited screen time. His personal life, however, was far from stable. He was married to a woman named Jane, and the couple had 3 children together. Unfortunately, their marriage was plagued by financial instability and constant moves due to his career. Marth struggled to find consistent work in the years following The Honeymooners, and he became frustrated with the limitations of his acting career. His marriage eventually ended in divorce, and he faced ongoing health problems in his later years. Despite these struggles, Marth remained connected to his family and tried to maintain a positive outlook. He passed away on January 12, 2014, at the age of 91. His estate was valued at $800,000, which he left primarily to his children, though a portion was donated to charity in his honor. Eddie Hanley, who played several minor roles on The Honeymooners, was 40 years old in 1955. Hanley's roles were always brief, yet he managed to make an impact with his humor and distinctive character work. However, his personal life was marked by tragedy. Hanley was married once, to a woman named Eleanor, and they had 2 children. Unfortunately, their marriage ended in divorce, and Hanley's relationship with his children was strained as he struggled with depression and loneliness. His career never took off as he had hoped, and after The Honeymooners, he found it increasingly difficult to secure work in Hollywood. Hanley became reclusive in his later years, battling alcoholism and financial difficulties. He passed away on January 15, 1979, at the age of 64, from complications related to alcohol abuse. His estate was small, estimated to be worth around $50,000, most of which went to cover his debts. Who is your favorite character from The Honeymooners? How does it feel knowing that some of the actors are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on future uploads. Thank you for your support.